Happening right now, hundreds of people are standing up for homeless students. This is a live look at Public Square, where a group called the City Mission is holding a stand-in.
According to Project ACT, nearly 3,000 students in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District don't have a stable place to call home. News 5's Jay Jarvis shows us the reality these children are facing and how the community is stepping up to help.
The organizers of the stand-in event say many people just don't know how widespread this issue is. So the goal is to raise awareness and to provide people with the resources to get engaged and help out. 6-year-old Lena just had oral surgery, but you never know from her infectious giggle and boundless energy.
She doesn't even like to leave here. She doesn't.
Here is Laura's home, the City Mission's family shelter on Cleveland's west side. It's where Lena, her 2 siblings, and their mom, Andrea Kudrin, have been living since January.
I just made a decision that I wasn't going to live the way that I was living anymore. And I got evicted. And I really had nowhere to go, nowhere healthy for my children and I.
After their eviction, they spent 4 months living with Kudrin's mother, the instability of their lifestyle taking a toll on her children.
My children used to cry in the middle of the night.
That's the reality for the 3,000 other children in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District who experienced homelessness in the past year.
Because of the trauma, the instability of homelessness, they're impacted emotionally, psychologically, mentally. It has an impact. Our kids that we have in our building, many are suffering from trauma. They're suffering from stress disorders.
Places like the City Mission and Laura's home have programs to help these children and their mothers, but CEO Rich Trickle says there's just not enough space.
Yesterday we had 70 women and children contact us wanting to come into our building, and we had to ask them to please call back tomorrow because we're full. That's not an abnormal number. That happens every single day.
And the community doesn't understand the scope of the problem.
As we would talk about that, as I would talk about that, I would get the same response every single time from the person I'm speaking to. I have no idea. I just had no idea.
So he joined with other faith leaders and advocates to organize today's stand-in for homeless children.
I'm standing in for a 3rd grade girl. I'm standing in for a 4th grade boy. So just a real visible, dynamic representation of the problem.
12 area agencies that work to combat homelessness are also on hand to offer volunteer opportunities. Both Trickle and Kudrin are hoping people take advantage and take in the overall message to help little boys and girls like Lena.
Awareness. And for mothers to help themselves, take a step towards renewing yourself and changing.
Trickle says the stand-in is just the beginning of increasing awareness about the city's homelessness problem, and he hopes that it triggers a more significant response from citizens, government, and community leaders to do something about it. In Cleveland, Jay Jarvis, News 5.